Okay, so good morning, guys, and then welcome to another episode, another session of 123 Technicals. As we all know, this is basically a market outlook session. We get to see what opportunities we can get from the markets. And you guys get to get like an in-depth of my strategy, you get to see my entries, how I get them, and then my exits and all. So without further ado, let's get started proper. So we'll start with the fundamentals today. We have a lot of high impact news around 12:30, basically on the GBP. So please, let's all watch out on that because it's actually going to be very tricky. It's mostly monetary policy-ish and then speeches, and most times these things bring a lot of volatility. Yeah, and then it's GBP. On a normal GBP is actually volatile. So, but then just watch out if you don't have if your strategy is not around fundamentals, stay out. You understand? But then if you see a setup, you can always risk low, and then if you have any trades on at that period, move your stop loss to break even. Run trade. Okay, that being said, let's jump on our charts and then look at what the market has for us today. Yesterday was quite good. Quite good. Yeah. So during monetary technicals yesterday, we had this whole break. What's this one now? I'm doing like this now. Next one. Okay, so we had this break to the downside, yeah, and I think price was around these levels here, and that was literally around our golden ratio, yeah. But then price actually pushed deeper, yeah. I gave us like 3 ways we could enter, yeah. The first was actually using that candlestick that was there on our entry time frame. That was actually like an entry criteria. This was where price was around these levels here, because we had this entry criteria here, and then I was like, we could enter the first way, enter here, and then drop our stop loss just above here. And then the second was to actually drop our stop loss above the 0.7. So the second one was to actually drop our stop loss above the 0.7, and then what target the lows. And actually, the one of using the entry criteria on the 15 minutes actually did not hold, but then the one to use just the 0.7 of the Fibonacci actually held. Price actually came back deeper. This was basically take out liquidity, and then what will basically flush the downside. And I think another method I told you guys was the one that will wait for price to actually break these lows. Yeah, break these lows here, and then what to wait for a retest. Wait for that retest for a continuation. Now, this was what happened yesterday. We had this thing. Yeah, the one I actually entered was this one with stop loss above, because I always try to be safe as possible. Yeah, and then TP down here, but then it actually did not hit TP. It took me out on break even. Yeah, this was quite sad. I think NZD2 took me out on break even yesterday. The only pair that did not take me out on break even yesterday was GBP USD. GBP USD actually hit TP. That was like 3 yeah. So this one took out on break even, but then we're looking at what we can get today. I'm just trying to like run down what happened yesterday and then what you guys should take note of. I don't know. I think for like a few days now, I think last week and this week, my entry criteria on the 15 minutes have barely been holding. So instead of using those entry criteria now, I'm trying to like adjust it to accommodate whatever is happening in the market right now. So mostly I'm going to be entering around the 0.6, and then my stop loss was above the 0.7. Okay, so to actually be safe, because once price reaches the 0.7, there's a high chance that the setup will not work again. So it's better to keep it at that level where I know that once price reaches there, I'm totally convinced that it's not going to work. Then today, what do we have? We actually have push down. Okay, this push down that we had, and then price actually kind of shifted structure. We had like a short retracement, and then we broke structure to the upside. Let me look at this from the 4H. Let's see, what does it look like? It's supposed to actually be bullish, yeah, because on the mid time frame is actually bullish. So even on the 4H here, we've started pushing up here, and then we're almost breaking this higher low. I mean this lower high here. You get, and once we break that, even on the 4H, we actually shift structure. Yeah. But then let's look at the mid time frame. Right? We have this break here. And then what we can wait for, what I'll be looking out for is basically what a retest. But then the way these candlesticks are forming, they have a lot of rejection at the top, which is basically indicating exhaustion. So I don't really trust this move as an impulsive move. But what we can watch out for is what's that break. We already have the break, what's a retest. So once I start seeing those retracements, I'm going to drop my fee from the bottom to the top and then see where my golden ratio is and then see how I can attack it. And I'm going to be very conservative on this trade because this thing is showing a lot of exhaustion. These candlesticks are not really strong. So I'm going to be very conservative. It has to convince me with at least an entry criteria before I would dive on it. Then let's see NZD. NZD2 is the same thing that happened. Price actually came back to actually what take me out on what's break even. Yeah, but then let's look at what we have today. And NZD almost hits TP, like it almost hits TP. We have this whole push to the upside retracement, and then we're basically pushing up now. Then we broke this highest to the upside. So now our broken structure. It's just to basically wait until price starts a retracement. But then golden ratio, yeah, the golden ratio is around the structure that was broken. But honestly, price can easily just shift structure with this break. This break is not really strong. Is the network bad for everybody or is just Omar? Queen, how's your network?
What did you say?
Your network, is it good?
Why are you asking? Like it's shaky kind of little.
Okay, because someone just complained in the chat session that the network sucks over there. So I don't know. I wanted to confirm if it's a general thing or it's just him.
It's a little bit cracky, like a break.
Oh yeah, I can feel it too.
Just continue. Currently, it's normal. Currently, it's normal.
Mine is normal. I can hear everything.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's normal
Let's continue. So we have a break. Yeah, we will basically look out for what's that retest around what's the golden ratio. So that's basically what we'll be watching out for. But I'm expecting this move to continue a bit before what's starting to retrace. Not that far, but a bit. I don't expect it to start retracing. If it retraces now, then I'm not going to trust it because it will basically be reacting from these levels here, which looks like somewhere that price can just react from and was pull back and then shift structure. So that being said, let's look at Euro USD. Let's see what Euro USD has for us today. Euro USD is kind of shitty. I wouldn't say tricky, shitty. This was basically what we had on Euro USD yesterday. Yeah, we're looking out for what's that break either to the upside or downside, and then we had the break to the downside. Now price is coming back inside that range again. It came back and then like I hate when structure is not being respected like that. Now, price is actually consolidating here. I think this was since yesterday. That's just been consolidating here. I don't know what he wants to do, but anyhow, I'm still going to wait for it. I'm not going to put my money on top something that is very low probability. I think what gave me joy this morning has been GBP USD. Yeah. And then GBP USD too is looking like it wants to have, it doesn't want to have sense. So GBP USD has, let me clear all this. Yeah, GBPSD actually hit TP yesterday. This was the setup we had on GBPSD yesterday. Reacted from the golden ratio very beautifully, and then what hit TP. This was the setup I had on it yesterday. Yeah, and I called this during one trade technicals. Yeah, we had like a 3-hour trade from here yesterday, and then today too is almost the same thing, but then price is just doing one kind. So today we have that break to the downside. Yeah, we had that break to the downside yesterday. And then price has retraced. And then we can see a very nice entry criteria here. This is a very sweet bearish distance. What's it called? You can say bearish pin bar. Yeah, and it's exactly around the golden ratio, around the 0.6. Yeah. Now, what I did this morning, I think I sent this picture on the group chat here. What I did this morning was basically enter around here. Because if you look at this on the 15 minutes, after that candlestick, we had like a break to the downside. So this was basically what we had. We had this whole push, we consolidated for a while, kind of like pulled back, and then we broke below. And then this itself is what an entry criteria. It shows what presence of sellers still gets. And then I actually entered when price came back to this levels to actually what do like a retest, and then drops my stop loss what's just above here, just above this highs here. Now price is almost at that place. That's why I'm saying I don't know. But entry criteria have been kind of shitty. But anyhow, let's watch out and see what happens. Now, the annoying thing about this trade is that as long as this trade is below this 7, yeah, the 0.7, this trade is still valid. But if it takes me out here, I'm going to sit out. Yeah, but then there's a high chance that it might happen. But then we still have news events on GBP today, so it might be very tricky in the markets regarding GBP USD today. So if this trade actually takes me out, yeah, I'm actually going to stay out. I'm not going to look for any entries because GBP has a lot of news this morning. But this is basically what I saw on GBP USD this morning. Let's just see how it goes. Up to now, so the trade is still valid. Let's just watch how it goes. Anyways, that's been said. Any other pairs you guys want me to take a look at? I've looked at my pairs. What pairs would you guys want me to take a look at?
Gold.
Okay, gold. And then what questions do you guys have? Esther, how are you doing?
Good morning. I'm good.
Did you see what I saw on GBP/USD? I'm guessing you saw it, but you don't trust GBP/USD.
GPV. I don't look at that pair.
Okay.
I don't trust it. I don't like it.
Well, gold was, I think, gold was sweet yesterday, but then we did not analyze gold yesterday, so we missed out on it. But then, see one thing I hate about gold, yeah? We pushed up, yeah? We tapped into these levels. This was the neckline. This was reaction from the neckline. This was basically shifting market structure. And then we flushed to the downside, yeah? And then we actually broke this structure here, creating another like neckline. And then price came, reacted there, and we can see that we have like a very nice entry criteria. And the next thing price did was just to break above it. Like, so sad, very, very sad. Gold, I still
Yeah, I
haven't.
think I caught about 130 pips on gold yesterday. It was good.
This whole down move.
Yeah, that whole down move. I think I got it from the top.
Okay, that's very nice. That's very nice. But then today, honestly, yeah, I'm going to watch out to see what happens. I still need to see more price action on gold before I can take any decisions. Yeah, this highs and then what? I mean, this highs and then the lows down there. Because I don't want to hold this place here as anything significant. Yeah. Because I don't know. But that level, some people can actually hold that as a demand zone. But I'm not going to hold it to heart like that. I'm going to wait to see. There's a big chance that price will actually break above. So once price breaks above, then I'll attack it. I'll look out for that retest and multi continuation. What other pair? I think this person loves EN. Reiki loves EN. It's Reiki here. Reiki, how was EN yesterday? Okay, this is cute. It's still inside this range. See what I was telling you guys yesterday. Yeah. Let me see. Yesterday was second, yeah. Okay, yesterday was third. Yesterday was third. Yeah, so this was basically what EN did yesterday. This whole move down here. Like we just poured down and then we're still inside this range. That's the thing that is confusing, honestly. See, since when we have been inside this range? Yeah, okay. Break stayed off. That's nice. Yeah, I don't anyhow. Let's just sit back and stay with it. I'm still going to stay off this whole thing. Because price might just react from this lows, and it's actually reacting from this lows now, and then what's basically what push up again. And why this thing is in these very nice ranges, because these pairs are they actually correlate to a certain level. Yeah, that's why most times they'll be moving in the same direction. What other pair? I think we analyzed the USD cards yesterday. Let's look at USD card. Is there any other pair you guys want me to take a look at? You guys can drop your suggestions. Queen, what pair do you want me to take a look at?
Have you checked GBP USD?
Yeah, I've checked JPY.
Oh, all right. Yeah, so USD GPR would be good there.
Yes, JPY. This whole thing is I don't like this, so I'm going to stay up for now. You said Drake said USD JPY. Let's see. I think we had an analysis on USD JPY yesterday. Let's see. Yep. Let's see. What did we have yesterday? Okay. We're looking at further retest around the golden ratio, yeah, which was around here, and we can see that price did not actually react from there. Price actually broke above, came back and tapped it, and then broke above again. This is interesting. For now, yeah, what I'm going to watch out for is this low here. This lows here, and then this high. Most likely this. For now, this has not made any moves, yeah. But then I'll still watch out for. Let me see this high. Nah, not this one. This candlestick can just close. It's this high. Basically, this high. These are the most recent highs and lows. You wait for the retest. I mean the break, and then we can see a retest. That's what I'll be looking out for. If we break below, then it's basically going to be a shift in market structure, and we can look for that retest. But then if it breaks above, it's basically a continuation. That's what I'll be watching out for on USD JPY. And one thing with USD JPY is that it's a very tricky pair. So most times before I enter any positions on USD JPY, I need to have confirmations, like serious confirmations. So Reiki, be careful with it. Is there any other pair you guys want me to take a look at?
Can you check NASDAQ, please?
NASDAQ, I don't trade indices, honestly. I stay away from indices. Okay. I don't even
because
know.
It did a madness yesterday. It was a stupid impulsive move that went to the upside yesterday.
I don't know. It's a very funny thing, honestly. I think apart from South Africans, I don't think anybody has figured indices out yet.
Oh yeah, South Africans
Which
do
of the
trade
indices?
NASDAQ a lot.
NASDAQ.
NASDAQ is cool. You just trade it during 12:30. I use Fibonacci most of the times. It works.
Fibonacci.
Try using Fibonacci. Yeah.
Fibonacci.
It works.
Let me see.
Yes.
Wait, this year talking about NASDAQ. NASDAQ. Let's see.
The person trading it, what do you use?
I basically use my strategy, break and retest Fibonacci. Where will I even start using Fibonacci on this thing?
Like someone said, just.
Let me check another one. Let me check another provider. This one is basically shitty. Let's check this one. And this is the one that I opened. Okay, good. Oh, let's see. Yeah, is this the impulsive move you're talking about? So if we're using FIB, yeah, if we're using FIB, basically, this is what we're going to do. We have a break to the upside now, yeah. Drop our FIB from the bottom to the top. So what we're expecting now is a retest, and we can actually see that the broken structure is around the golden ratio. Yeah, we can wait around here. But the thing is, NASDAQ, I've never seen NASDAQ react from the golden ratio. Look at this break here. This was around the 38 points. If you look at it, this is around the 0.3 Fibonacci. Do you get? This one too is around the 0.3 Fibonacci. Look at this whole move. Except you want to break them into two, and then this will be very, very deep, around 0.7. Do you understand? And then see this one too. If you want to call this a retracement, it's not even up to the 0.2. Do you get? Now, these moves are, I don't know, I stay away from this thing because up to now I've not figured out what it uses. Do you get? See how many breaks we have seen now? I think this is the only one that has used the golden ratio. You get? And if you look at it, it's around the 50, not even the 0.6. You not even tap into the 50. So it's something I stay off. My strategy doesn't work with it, so I just stay off. I beg.
Yeah, so it's cool though. Keep
What?
to your rules. I said keep to your rules, bro.
Yeah, actually. Anyhow, if there's nothing else to look at, as there's nothing else to look at, please, guys, stay safe, trade safe. Today we have a whole lot of news on GBP. Most of us don't trade GBP yes, so I think that's
I
that's
think
good.
GBP first. Check GBP odd, please. The rest 20 minutes or 10 minutes. Let's see GBP odd.
Okay, GBP.
AUD. AUD.
Queen, you and chats. I don't know, but you like one Queen. Queen, this whole thing is quite tricky, honestly. Yeah, I think if you look at it from the 4H, Queen, what time frame do you use to trade most times?
I use. It depends on what I want. If I'm swinging, I was swinging this pair.
Okay, we actually have a shift. Yeah. But then the thing with these cross pairs is that most times they are very, very unpredictable. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now on a normal, yes, for someone like me, I'll wait for the retest around this neckline. But then we don't have that retest. What we did was usually a very short retracement. Yeah. So look at the retracement. How the short retracement. And now we're breaking structure to the downside. Do you get? And the structure that we're breaking to the downside now is not even strong, but we're seeing rejections from the downside. So it's
because that level where it is currently, it's a very significant level.
Yeah, look at it. It's reacting from this place. And normals, I don't use levels to trade. You get, I basically just flow with the market. Like I use most returns breaks, and then this kind of pairs, this pairs actually most of them react from levels. If you look at most cross pairs, it's when they reach a certain level that they react. And I don't know, I find them very low probability. Now, let's not argue about it here. We'll argue about it later. Anyhow, I want to thank everyone for attending this session, especially the new people, newcomers.
Right.
Yeah, Queen, thank you.
Yeah.
How did you get the link?
All right, now I'll be going. Okay.
No,
so
now,
maybe next
Queen.
week. Catch you later.
No, Queen, you can't be disappearing like this. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Keep an open mind with the market, honestly. The only thing I always tell you guys, the only thing that is certain is that to always trade from that perspective. Yeah, don't risk money on low probability trades. Wait for the high probability ones, even if they are going to be few. Yeah, those are actually the ones that actually count. If you are risking your money on low probability trades, then the profits I getting from high probability trades will be gone. So keep calm. Don't let FOMO touch you. Just settle down. Opportunities are going to come. If they don't come today, they'll come tomorrow. If they don't come tomorrow, we still have the eternity because this market is not going anywhere. So stay safe, guys. Catch you guys same time tomorrow.
All right. Have a nice day.